The timeline of Max's Caddo Lake is both extremely confusing and extremely important, so understanding when everything happens is imperative. Throughout the film, the characters of Caddo Lake travel to several different points in time, and the movie doesn't provide much besides context clues to show when they travel to. That can make it difficult to follow all the important developments, including the twist that Caddo Lake shares with a Netflix show, that make the film so engaging. In fact, understanding Caddo Lake's timeline is one of the most important parts of the movie. As Paris, Dylan O'Brien, learned, time travel in Caddo Lake was only possible when the lake's water levels were low. While that posed quite a few problems in the film, it helps make the timeline easier to sort out. There were 5 years that Paris, Ellie, Eliza Scanlon, and Anna, Caroline Falk, traveled to over the course of Caddo Lake. The easiest way to understand the timeline of the film is to look at when everything happened from a linear understanding of time, starting with the earliest year they traveled to and ending in the present. 1952. Anna was trapped in 1952 after Paris brought her to safety. Paris, Dylan O'Brien, carries Anna, Caroline Falk, to safety in 1952 in Caddo Lake image via Max. The earliest year shown in Caddo Lake is 1952, which becomes a very important moment in the film's timeline. The portal Anna originally disappeared through took her to 1952, where she was stabbed by a branch. Paris then emerged in 1952 and found Anna wounded on the ground there. He then took Anna to a group of farmers, saving her life. Anna, however, didn't know that the time travel was connected to periods of low water levels at Caddo Lake, so she was stuck in the past. Since no one else ever emerged in the portal after Paris left, Anna was stranded there. Most of Anna's life took place between 1952 and the next year depicted in Caddo Lake, 1999. After she was saved by the farmers, Anna was adopted, grew up, and lived most of her life normally. She eventually married Ben Lang, Paris' father. Then, based on the missing persons flyer she printed out, Anna gave birth to Paris in about 1972, when she was about 28 years old. By the time she dies, Anna was 55 years old, meaning she had lived in the past for 47 years of her life. 1999. The year Paris' mother, Anna, died in a car crash. Paris, Dylan O'Brien, bleeding from the eye and swimming after Anna's fatal crash at the start of Caddo Lake image via Max. Though 1999 isn't one of the years the characters of Caddo Lake actually travel to, it's a very important year in the film. 1999 was the year that Anna had a seizure while driving and crashed her car into Caddo Lake. Paris was in the passenger seat with her, and though he survived the crash, Anna couldn't get out of her seat, and she drowned. Anna's drowning was a major motivating force for Paris' actions, especially closer to the end of Caddo Lake. Since he was trying to get back to 1999 to prevent his mother's crash, Paris made some drastic decisions that ultimately led to his death. 2003. The starting point for Paris and C. The first major year when a large portion of Caddo Lake's story takes place is 2003. Both Paris and C. Diana Hopper, were from 2003. The first major event in 2003 was C's return to Caddo Lake, and her decision to rekindle her relationship with Paris, which resulted in her becoming pregnant with Ellie. It was also the year that Paris harassed both doctors and his father looking for information about Anna's seizures. Then, as Paris was working in the lake, he found a time portal and the exact necklace his mother wore throughout her life, one that had the Cancer star sign on it. After finding the necklace, Paris developed a theory that turned out to be true. Whenever the water levels in Caddo Lake got low enough, portals to other places in time opened up. Still in 2003, he told C about his discovery, and she initially thought he was suffering from the same condition that caused Anna's seizures. Then, the final event of Caddo Lake that took place in 2003 was when Paris entered the time portal. He was presumed missing, at least until the events that took place in 2005. 2005. Ellie's fateful meeting with a younger version of her mother. The Caddo Lake scenes that take place in 2005 are brief, but they're among the most important in the movie. After she emerges a handful of different times, Ellie eventually ends up in 2005 and makes her way to a grocery store, looking for Anna. In the parking lot, she breaks into a truck that has the same copy of the Cancer necklace that Paris found in 2003, and the same one Anna had when she went missing. Then, Ellie met C, who was carrying a child that turned out to be the infant version of Ellie. C then mistook Ellie for Paris' new girlfriend and scratched her across the face, revealing that she was the same person as Celeste, Lauren Ambrose. 2005 is also the year that C stopped searching for Paris, as she thought he had simply run away with Ellie. After her encounter with the younger version of her own mother, Ellie went to the internet cafe. It was there that she unraveled what happened to Anna, and discovered that she had been transported back in time to 1952. 2022. Ellie, Anna, Celeste, and Daniel's starting point and the latest chronological moments in Caddo Lake. The most current, and arguably most important, year in Caddo Lake was 2022. Unfortunately, it was also one of the more complicated years in the film. Ellie, Anna, Celeste, and Daniel, Eric Langer, were all from 2022, and it was also the year that Anna went missing at age 8. The first event that took place in 2022 was when Ellie destroyed several china plates at Daniel and Celeste's house, though it took place a month prior to Ellie's first scenes in Caddo Lake. That night was one of the last places Ellie traveled to, but its place in the timeline makes it one of the first chronologically.